So I wanted to bring up just the issue of insecurity. The first day I started to work at LucasArts as an art director for Battlefront, I remember the first day walking into the studio, and it was intimidating as heck. I get into the elevator after I pass security, and I'm walking down the hallway on the second floor towards my office. And as I'm walking, I'm going past floor-to-ceiling murals of some of the most amazing concept and inspirational art from Star Wars and Indiana Jones that you've ever seen in your entire life. I mean, with each step, looking at this beautiful artwork and kind of understanding where I was. By the time I got to my office, I sat down in my chair and I'm looking at a blank monitor, so I see my reflection. And I remember I just kind of had one of those kind of come to Jesus moments. I looked at my reflection and I just remember saying to myself, what do you have to offer this place? I mean, the library of my insecurities was screaming at this point. It's like, what does the studio not have already that I'm going to be bringing into it? It was that kind of a moment until I actually got my butt out of the chair and actually started talking in meeting with the producers, the other artists, the designers, the programmers. Then I started to realize that, hey, you know what? They're just people. Just like me. They have their own insecurities, they have their own weaknesses, they have their own struggles, and actually I have something to impart to them, to the producers who are having a really difficult time trying to express visually to an external studio, let's say in England, that was helping us work on the Battlefront franchise. There was a strength, all of a sudden, boom, this is something I have to offer. And it was very interesting because I remember the first time I went in for my review with my executive producer, and he sat me down and he didn't necessarily talk about my strengths. First off, he started off with saying, Mark, you know what? You're not the best artist. Okay, that was the first thing that he said to me. All right, so alarm bells are going off. I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna get fired because I'm not the best artist. And he said, Mark, you know what? You're not even really the best art director. And I'm like, I don't understand, is this supposed to be like a review or an execution? Because that's the way it was feeling. I'm sweating bullets here. He didn't necessarily say I was a bad art director or a bad artist. He wasn't illustrating that at all, but what he was saying was that you're more than just what you think you are. He went on to say that, Mark, what it is, and one of the reasons why we brought you into the studio is because you have an ability, an inside strength to be able to recognize greatness in people and to pull that out and show them exactly their potential, exactly what it is that they're needing. And I never realized that before. And so I say all this to say to you that if you've got those insecurities inside you, or the things that you feel that you're not good at, or the things that you feel that you need to be better at, understand that there is more to you than meets the eye. And sometimes stepping into those insecurities and stepping into those uncomfortable places in your life will unlock hidden strengths that will emerge out of nowhere because you're calling them to action, and that you're unique, your ideas are unique, your talents and your strengths are unique, and you need to get over the fear of those insecurities and bring those strengths, whether you know they're there or not, to a world waiting to inspire and to motivate and see others accomplish.